I know there is a lot of discussions about, January 6th, and I've been in the chamber January 6th, and I'll tell you something, we call this insurrection. I'll have to tell you, if the people that show up there wanted to do it, they would have succeeded, but they didn't show up for that reason. It was people that were upset because the quality of people came there. They were mad because we are not governing for the people. And that's unfortunately what was very strange to me, that Speaker Pelosi didn't have a security. Speaker Pelosi insisted for us to stay in the chamber, where I personally demanded to leave that chamber. So a lot of things, the other side dropped the ball. And it was very unfortunate for me to see that. So I think this is beyond the subject of this matter, but we need to stop, accusing people that disagree with the government that's been very corrupt and oppressive, to actually come here and, express peacefully their dissatisfaction. And there are always some bad players, and who knows who they are. But we don't call all people insurrectionists. This is just un-American to do it. And I'm sick and tired of the other side constantly doing it, because I knew a lot of people that were there in the crowd, and they're good Americans, patriotic, that love this country.
Like our anti-American colleague Marjorie Taylor Greene, Representative Victoria Spartz found herself defending the action of MAGA foot soldiers' attack on the Capitol so hard she couldn't help but to root for them to succeed.
To actually come here and, express peacefully their dissatisfaction.
That was right before she called it peaceful, and that was before she blamed Pelosi for it. But if it was peaceful, why should there be any blame for Nancy Pelosi? What would she be responding to? Some casual Capitol tours? None of it makes any sense, but that's the standards that's been set by Citizen Trump.
Take a look at Harry Truman. He wouldn't have done, if you think Hiroshima, not exactly a nice act, but it did end the Second World War, probably, right? Nagasaki, he wouldn't be doing that. He said, I don't want to do that because my opponents will indict me. You have to give a president full and total immunity.
Donald Trump's attempts to subvert the election in Georgia and eventually the entire country, along with being busted with loads of classified documents, is the same as a president dropping nuclear bombs on hundreds of thousands of civilians.
Not exactly a nice act, but it did end the Second World War, probably.
It's an act that would actually be illegal today, so it's still not the flex that Trump thinks it is. But regardless of the decisions that he keeps losing, the Speaker of the House still blindly backs him up.
Do you think that he deserves total immunity from anything that he's done in office?
I haven't seen that development. Was that this morning?
Yeah, they just ruled this morning.
I believe that they've been after President Trump for partisan political purposes. I think that's obvious, and we call it lawfare, and I think there's no other way to describe it.
Imagine that when you're asked if you think the president deserves total immunity from anything he's ever done in office or after, you say that it's just partisan politics. That means that your side of the partisan political belief is that the GOP president should be immune from all actions, while the other shouldn't be. And if everything he did was so legal, why aren't his attorneys making that case rather than the case for immunity? It leaves the rest of the party doing everything they can to publicly deny what the legal system just might be heading towards, some consequences for his actions.
President Trump did not commit an insurrection, and we believe Congress has a unique role in making that declaration. It's not the job of the states, and especially not the job of some bureaucrats in Colorado, to make this assessment and interfere with the rights of voters to cast their vote for the candidate of their choice. We have 63 co-sponsors to the resolution that Ms. Stefanik and I will be filing today to express the sense of Congress that President Trump did not commit an insurrection. I want to express my gratitude to Senator Vance for filing the companion legislation over in the Senate. And now is time for members of the House and Senate to show where they stand on this question.